Hey, good morning. Christy Mattoon here from MindRewire. Please subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. It helps my rankings. And it gets the message out further, right? So I really appreciate that. And I wanted to get on really quickly this morning before I start driving again, because I'm on the road right now. Somebody on one of the videos on YouTube had asked me, because of something I'd said, they understood that some of the issues that they were having was actually, or are actually, because they're locked in patterns of fear. And they just realized this. And I was like, wow, that's pretty powerful to be able to realize something like that when you didn't know before. So, and what she said was, I realized it now. What do I do about it? And I know that feeling, which is why I'm kind of laughing. Like, you all of a sudden realize you have something like that, or you realize what's causing issues that you have. You realize that it's an emotional issue that's causing the problem, and that the problem isn't really what it seems, but you don't really know what to do about it. And if you go back through some of the older videos of mine, you'll find different, things that you can do. And I always stick to the same kind of stuff: breathing, a whole brain state, raising your vibration, connecting your heart and your head, connecting the whole system, right? Which kind of goes through this big loop that I do, the ladder of awareness with people. And so it's all kind of the same to me. And so what I would suggest in this instance, this is about how to use a whole brain state in order to get rid of fear. How to use a whole brain state in order to get rid of fear. And so fear to anything you can start working on using what I'm about to tell you. All right. What it's going to start with is breath. Calm the system down first. So big inhales, like huge big inhales, expand at your rib cage. Excuse me. We want to open the rib cage and really get the system open and relaxed and moving. Your exhales should be long and slow and deep. So these aren't short, raspy, panicky breaths. You really have to start to calm the system. You want to inhale nice and tall and deep, and then exhale nice, long, and slow. So the exhale is actually longer than your inhale. And we're talking, if you're doing a 3 or 4 second inhale, if that's all you can do a 5-second exhale, or at least match it, at least get to 4 seconds, right? So 4 seconds in, 4 to 5 seconds out, if that's all you can do. Over time, and practicing this, you will get better at breathing, right? Breathing is life, guys. If you're not breathing functionally, I guarantee you're in some level of fight and flight. Whether you realize it or not, if you're not doing a functional breath, your body is sending out chemicals based on how you're breathing. That's part of what it does. It gauges your breath and it sends you a chemical message. Right? And it can happen from both directions. It can send the chemical message and you can go into breath, but it happens both ways. So you want to start to control your breathing. And I hear this from people all the time. Breathing is natural. I just breathe how I breathe. Well, you can control it, and you can change how you are as a person by controlling your breath, because you'll calm your system down. Does that make sense? So control your breath. Here's how you're going to do it. Big breath in, expand at the rib cage. Nice, long, slow breath out. If you're having trouble breathing, and I'll do another video on this just to have it up here, probably later on today or tomorrow. And if I forget, somebody post a comment and remind me about how to loosen up your diaphragm. Because if your diaphragm is stuck under your rib cage, it can be hard to breathe. And people don't even realize that can happen. So it's just like having a knot in a muscle. Your diaphragm can get stuck to your rib cage or around inside your body, and we can loosen that up and get that moving so it's easier to breathe. And that can make a huge difference too, and that can actually happen at the insult of fight and flight. So we can loosen that up, we can change the way you breathe, you can control your breath. Here's how I would do this. I would take those long, deep breaths at least 10 times a day. I would stop myself, set my phone to go off, and practice my breath 10 times a day, and only do 10 or 20 of them. That's it. That's all you have to do. 10 or 20 nice, long, slow breaths. Huge, big inhales, like you're filling up a cup of water. Big breath in, and then long, slow, deep release. All right. And what that's doing is it's triggering your brain to calm down. It's triggering deep within inside your brain for your vagus nerve all the way down into your body. It innervates with all of your organs and it's signaling your system to calm down. So I want you to do that at least 10 times a day. Set your phone to go off every hour or every 45 minutes or whatever the case is. If it's a really extreme case that you need some calmness or you're noticing a great difference when you're doing this, do it every 15 minutes. I know people who practice that way. They will stop every 15 minutes and intentionally, no matter where they are, just start doing these great huge breaths. So do that, okay? That's the first step. Second step is going to be to, and this is for like specifically now, the practice of breathing is one thing. This is specifically to calm down fear. So I want you to do your breath, start your breathing. Go ahead and close your eyes. While you're breathing, I want you to find fear. Where is it? Locate it inside your body. See if you can feel it. Notice what fear feels like. Don't go for the memory, go for the feeling. Where are you feeling fear inside your system? Once you feel fear, even just an edge of it, you don't need to dive face first into it. Just feel the edge of it. Once you've got it, I want you to cross your ankles and then cross your wrists. Now, if you want to get specific, cross your ankles, feel your feet. Notice. Cross them one direction and then cross them the other direction. So at your ankles, you're crossing your legs. Feel it one direction, feel it the other direction. Go to the direction that has the strongest pull to it. It will feel different. One way will feel stronger. One way will probably feel a little bit less, or it'll feel weaker. If you're not noticing anything, go whichever way is more comfortable for you. Okay? And then do the same thing with your wrists. Cross one way, cross the other way. Whichever way feels stronger, go to that direction. And if you're not noticing anything, go wherever is more comfortable. Okay? Sit there just feeling the edge of fear. Just noticing. And be curious. Be super curious about this, because the more curious you are, while you're watching fear and noticing it, it's almost like you're standing back watching what's going on. And while you're doing that, you're going to notice it starting to change. And you're just noticing. Remember your breath. Stay with the big inhales, the nice long exhales, and just stay there and let that keep flowing through you. You'll notice it starting to change. Now, the only way you can totally get rid of a subconscious issue of something like fear is to get all the way underneath it. So you might get a layer or two of whatever it's attached to. If you sit there and do that until you totally don't feel it anymore, and whatever little things pop up into your mind, don't let them get you. Don't let them come after you. Just notice them. Be curious about them. And while you're in here letting it change, just let it do its thing, right? Your body is actually doing some work for you. Once you notice that it's gone, I want you to uncross everything and then really go after the breathing. Big inhales, big exhales, and bring all of your awareness to your heart. So once you've noticed it's gone, bring all of your awareness. Breathe and then bring all of your awareness to your heart. And just be there for probably another minute. Really feel your heart. Come inside your heart and really be there. All right? That's what I would do. That is what I do to clear fear. And I came out of a home, I came out of a childhood that was pretty much a train wreck. And when little layers and little levels of fear still bump back in, that's what I go do. And then I end up kind of back in this super relaxed state where I'm just like, okay, well, there you go. Right? Every time it comes up, you have to go back after it. Now, if you're eating a bunch of sugar or caffeine, it's eliciting a response in your system that's actually perpetuating that problem. So you got to look at this from multiple angles and stop doing the things that are actually making it worse, right? So it's more than just an emotion. It's more than something that just happened because you had an insult or an issue in your life. There's all kinds of influences environmentally that perpetuate it too. So you have to take care of those also. And sugar and caffeine are going to be some of that kind of stuff. I hope this helps. I always try and keep these less than 10 minutes, so I keep looking at the clock. Blessings and peace. I'm driving this morning, so wish me well on the road, and I will talk to you again soon.